Alright, it's Hall of Heroes. Excited to see Hall of Heroes. So excited. Alright, so basically, everyone here is going through some of the runes. I actually recorded this part later. So, we got Vertihil, we got Homunculus. Vertihil is speed, HP, or speed, crit rate, HP. Homunculus is speed, crit damage, and attack. Fran is probably the only one with decent runes here, honestly. She's got a lot of HP, decent speed. Belinus. So this unit is kind of one of those that I'm using them here, but you can really change them out and use anyone. Not anybody, but basically anyone that either dots or any sort of crowd control. I'll show some options here in a second. This rune is laughable. I don't even know. I recorded this and I'm like, wow, I didn't even take the time. I didn't even +9 it. Here's some other options that we can go through. Instead, in case you don't have Belinus, it's Basalt, just another crowd control, more sustain, provoke, heal, stun. But honestly, he'll make your runs a lot slower. You can also use Mantura here. He's probably the best option. Second best option. Baramos is an option. I got my Baramos on some horrible runes. Like there's some early game GB10. Like I think they're my runes from fusing Baramos, and like a couple of blade runes that still are probably blue by default. So yeah, I would say Mantura or probably Belinus, for me at least, is my best options. So we're gonna get going. This is B1 through like B4. We're just gonna run through, show you that I essentially did it. You guys don't really want to see this. It's gonna burn through it pretty quick. Either way, at slow speed. Basically, you can see lots of control, lots of dots, shield breaks, damage for the first 3-4 levels. So we'll rip through it pretty quick here. Get to the part that actually matters. So now, just a disclaimer here. You'll actually see this if you watch the end. But this does clear you safely on auto up until B8, and that's where I started coming into some issues with this team. So I'll have to look into something else. So, but I haven't really dug that far into it. All heroes I normally bash out like the first 7-8 levels, and then just go from there. Tweak the team as need be. Me, honestly, I could probably just swap my leader. But I don't know, Vertihil is kind of slow. I need to really re-rune him. I re-runed him too many times, and I try to speed tune him for like a slower DB10 team back in the day, and he was working a lot better with that team because he was going last, and I really haven't adjusted his rune since then, so he's super low. So, alright, so here's where we'll kind of get into it. I'll break it down. But basically, like I said earlier, I mean, you want speed, you want sustain, and you want control, right? So, there's essentially your speed is all coming from Vertihil plus whatever. I think everyone's on slot 2 speed. So basically, sustain. There's a lot of HP runes. Fran helps sustain. Jenneane. That's basically those two are your sustain units. Everyone else is just pretty much there to control the crowd, accelerate turns. So, lots of dots, shield breaks. I love using Belinus here and in TOA especially. Just he has such good control and he just does so much. Especially like I have mine on Despair. There's different ways you can build them, but on Despair, like he just absolutely controls the whole time. whether he stuns, he provokes, he dots, defense breaks, he attack bar reduces. He's honestly a really usable unit in multiple places. So he's really, really good PvP unit too. Mine is fully skilled up. I think his I don't know if his skill 1 is fully skilled up, but I know skill 2, skill 3 are fully maxed. Which, that was one of the things that I really didn't want to do. Let me take that back. I was unsure if I wanted to do until I gave him the Devil Mon, because I gave him a few, and he was really good. And I was like, okay, I don't think I really need to skill him up more. And then, like, later on down the line, I was like, well, I'm gonna skill him up and see what happens, and you know, it's probably gonna be worth it. And it definitely was. It was definitely worth it. So I was really happy I did. He's a really good unit. But like I said, I mean, there's different options for him that you could use. Water Homunculus, same deal. I mean, it's just somebody that gives you a lot of basically control. He's got AoE attack bar reduce. He's got dots. He's on despair as well, so he stuns a lot. So, but you could put in there are safer options that are a lot slower. But right now we're just going up to, well, we'll get to B8, but we don't beat it. But again, this is full auto, so this is basically just the team is doing. The team has enough control and sustain to auto through that point, so I'm not too worried about it. As far as changing this team, probably B8. I have some changes I can definitely make. I think, sadly, I think Water Homunculus right now, the runes I have him on, he's just really kind of too squishy and not fast enough to control. So I think if he was a little bit faster, he just had a little bit more HP, I think he'd probably do alright. But he gets bit up, and same with Belinus. They both get kind of torn up. And it's kind of like one of my big regrets every time I 6-star unit is I don't 6-star Mantura, and I really wish I did, just because he's so useful, and he's built as more like a control tank, and he's a dot machine. So between Belinus and Water Homunculus, though, I haven't really used him as much. So I got those two like right around the same time, so I just never ended up 6-starring him. He's another good unit too, like to throw in. I could throw all 3 of those on the same team in TOA, and get through. They will get through pretty much all TOA normal without changing those out, and just have a couple damage dealers in there on top of that. But when it gets to TOA hard, really, I'd rather have more control, or more slow, a little bit of heal, something more than just pure dots. So you could say, like, this is holding up okay. It's pretty much the Fran on Vio is key. I know a lot of people are between Vio and Swift for her, which we lost Water Homunculus here, but I think it's gonna be fine. There's the other units do enough. It's gonna definitely slow it down, but I mean, not gonna 4 times speed through this part though. Still, watch and see. See, there's just so much control here. AoE stun is just so good. So between the provokes, the stuns, the attack breaks, the defense breaks, there's just this team brings so much, and it's really easy to control the situation. Granted, this is on auto, right? And we know we all kind of know that AI is it's not wonderful in this game, right? So this is just this team does pretty good though, based off there's enough uh, skills. They don't. This team doesn't use skill one as instead of like their skill 2 and 3 all the time. So there's a lot. It's a lot more efficient than like say like Lucian, where he just won't use amputation magic until there's like one dude with like 3 HP left. But again, this is like this is more on like the safer team side. So and that's really what we want here. It's just the safer team. Um, so and we can cruise through B1 through probably B5, B6 with just pure nuke. Maybe throw Fran in there. It's like a healer. Maybe like one crowd control and Fran and just nuke our way through it. But we're not trying to do that here. As you can see, she's doing exactly what we want her to, right? She's tanking out. Fran's gonna heal her. So, and his provoke's awesome too, because he revenges when he's in the beast state. So, and that's another thing too. Like a lot of people put him on. You can build him different ways, right? Because I have mine on Blade Despair, which there's some stages in TOA that it's not the best decision because you really don't want him to crit sometimes. But you could always swap out runes to have a couple sets of runes for him for when you go to TOA. It really depends on what you want. You can throw energy on there. You can throw revenge on there, but I mean he already revenged. Like he already has a chance of revenging, so it's kind of to me it's not a waste. It's just not that efficient. So, which honestly looks like he's about to die here. Hopefully he makes it through. Really hoping he makes it through. Yeah, he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it through this wave. I have a feeling I'm gonna lose him or Water Homunculus on the next wave. I think. So we'll see what happens. It's pretty. I mean, it's like a decent speed team, I guess. Like it's not taking too long to go through this on auto. I think if I probably could take control over it and just control them better than AI, and honestly probably go through some of these stages quicker. Like I probably don't want to use all my dots and provoke there when they're almost dead, but I mean it's not AI is not perfect, right? So another thing too is actually need to fix my Verde for sure because he is not on revenge and he's on like bioenergy. I've messed around with him so much since the B12 update, just trying to get him to do different stuff, just live a little bit longer. And I absolutely hate him right now. I have him, so. I might not actually lose anyone here. Let's see. Oh, I was thinking, I was like, I thought I lost somebody here when we were going through, so I couldn't remember though. It's like maybe we look good. So, the big thing that's a pain too, and another thing you do for the boss is get like, which if the provoke works, that's actually just plenty, to get her provoke, because she will heal, and that is absolutely annoying. She heals for a decent amount, so I did run into that a couple times actually, where it healed on me, and it was just extremely frustrating. I mean, not really, because I think it was like one of the early stages, but it's still like one of those things where, you know, oh, just takes longer. Okay, so here's where we're gonna see the team just absolutely implode. Okay, so and I'm gonna probably get back to this once I run through it again, or get a good decent team together. I might go back and add an update to this, but as of right now, we got through B7. The skill ups I'm not super worried about, since it is a feasible monster. So we can see like the first wave I don't think gives us any trouble. It's right here, right? Because we're definitely gonna lose Villainous right here. So yeah, we're just about to lose half of, yup. Okay. Yeah, we're screwed. We're gonna lose everybody. So let's see how long they don't die for. Probably not that long. Yeah, they're not even making a scratch on this wave, so I think Mantura would actually be a better choice on this stage, just because he doesn't have an attribute disadvantage here. I mean, when it comes to the boss, he does, but I think manually controlled, it would be actually a pretty decent run with him. I honestly don't know why I'm not. I kind of want to see if they make it. They're not gonna. No. Yeah, they're not. Let's watch Frame Healer live through. Yeah, it's not gonna go. Alright, so we're gonna try this again on manual. I don't think there's enough. I think this team needs work. I could probably get away with using this team with some rune upgrades. I really don't have the best runes on these guys. I did show you guys that, so a disclaimer on that. So look at, I'm probably gonna get to wave 2 again and just get wrecked. So I think I need more speed. My Verdi needs me way faster. That's another thing too. He's so slow. I hate it. Yeah. Salt is real, guys. Alright, that's it. That's all we got. So we got it through B7, that team autos. It's pretty decently safe. So, and like I said, I mean, not all of you have Belinus, but most of them, I mean, there's 2 fusible monsters. It's pretty much all free to play besides Belinus, but there's other options in there. So, and there was just the light dark event. Pick your 3-star. So you all should have Mantura, and if you don't, and you went for the dark cat because you thought everyone has dark cats, it's gonna be awesome, and now you're like, oh man, my runes suck. I can't build this dark cat like everyone else's. Sorry guys. Thanks for watching.